Looking for AI side hustles that actually work? Well, technology is moving faster than any of us can keep up with. And seriously, my smart home just scheduled a therapy session for my confused coffee maker. But here's what's wild. While everyone else is trying to catch up, I've discovered how to turn this tech tsunami into a money printer. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the 5 best AI-powered strategies that are generating real money right now in 2025. I'll show you exactly how regular folks, yes, even those of us who still can't properly program our thermostats, are using AI to build serious side incomes. No technical wizardry required. Picture this. 3 months ago, I'm at my buddy Jeff's barbecue, and he's doing what most of us do, working a soul-crushing 9 to 5, dreaming about freedom and completely burning the burgers because he's too busy worrying about bills. Jeff looks at me and says something that hit home.
You know what kills me? I spend more time figuring out how to save $5 on groceries than learning how to make an extra $500.
And man, did that sound familiar. That's when I shared with Jeff what I'm about to share with you. 5 side hustles that literally print money while you sleep, all supercharged with AI. Let me tell you about Jeff, who has one of my favorite transformation stories. You know that feeling when you're staring at a blank screen, cursor blinking, and your brain feels like it's running on Windows 95? That was Jeff's life every single day as a freelance writer. Now here's what's wild. Jeff was spending 40 hours a week writing content for clients, making decent money, but missing his kids' baseball games and dance recitals. Then one day, while struggling with writer's block and his 3rd cup of coffee, he discovered something that changed everything. He started playing around with AI. First ChatGPT, then Claude. And you know what happened? Magic. Instead of staring at a blank screen, he started having conversations with AI about his topics. It was like having a brainstorming partner who never gets tired and doesn't steal your coffee. The really cool part? He discovered that different AI tools have different superpowers. ChatGPT became his idea generator and outline creator, like having a super smart writing buddy who's always excited to brainstorm. Then Claude became his research assistant, diving deep into topics and fact-checking everything. And Grammarly? Well, that's like having an English teacher who doesn't judge you for writing in your pajamas. But here's where it gets really interesting. His first month using AI, he made $800. Not life-changing, but remember, he was learning. Month 2 jumped to $2,400 as he got the hang of it. By month 3, he hit $4,500, and now he's cruising at $6,800 monthly, working just 10 hours a week. And the best part isn't even the money. It's that he hasn't missed a single one of his daughter's dance recitals since. Though I hear he still manages to burn the burgers at every family barbecue. Hey, I can't help with everything. Share this video with someone else and hit that subscribe button faster than AI can write your next email, especially if you want to learn more about making money the smarter, not harder way. Now, let me introduce you to Shirley, my former pharmacy technician who had the most spectacular eye roll I'd ever seen when I first mentioned affiliate marketing. You know the look, the one that says, oh great, another pyramid scheme. But here's where it gets interesting. Shirley was fed up with missing her kids' movie nights because of long pharmacy shifts. She decided to give it a shot, but with a twist. She was going to let AI do all the heavy lifting. Instead of spending hours researching products, she started having conversations with AI about what people actually needed. It was like having a market research team in her pocket. The AI would analyze trends, spot hot products, and even help her understand why people buy what they buy. But the real game changer, she taught AI to write product reviews that actually sounded like her, complete with her signature mom jokes that her kids pretend not to laugh at. She went from skeptic to success story faster than you can say affiliate commission. Her first month brought in $950. Not bad for someone who was convinced this wouldn't work. By month 3, she hit $3,800, and at 6 months, $7,500. Now she's bringing in $12,000 monthly, working about 15 hours a week. And yes, she makes it to every family movie night now, though her kids still won't let her pick the movies. Apparently her taste in films is as momish as her jokes. This next story is about my buddy Mike. He once asked me if PDF stood for pretty darn fancy. Now he's running a digital product empire that would make tech gurus jealous. Mike was the kind of guy who printed out his Facebook photos to show people. But he had this amazing knowledge about home organization. I mean, his garage looked like it belonged in a magazine, while the rest of us were playing storage unit Tetris. One day he had this brilliant idea. What if I could teach people my organization systems? There was just one tiny problem. He could barely attach a file to an email. And that's where AI became his secret weapon. Instead of getting lost in the technical stuff, Mike just started talking to AI about his organization methods. The AI helped turn his rambling conversations into structured courses, templates, and workbooks. It was like having a personal translator that could turn Mike speak into professional content. Get this, his first month, $0 in total confusion. Classic Mike. But month 2, he had made $2,200 selling his first digital templates. Month 4 brought in $5,800, and now he's generating $15,000 monthly with a completely automated system. The ironic part, he still prints out his emails, but now he organizes them in a color-coded filing system that he sells as a digital template. And yes, he can afford the fancy printer ink for all of that printing. Now, let's talk about something really meta, because this channel right here, it's a perfect example of how AI can transform your content creation. And trust me, if I can figure this out while still struggling to program my garage door opener, you definitely can do it too. You know what used to drive me crazy? Spending hours just staring at a blank screen, trying to figure out what to make videos about. Then I discovered how to let AI do the heavy lifting. Now I spend my morning coffee time chatting with ChatGPT about video ideas, and by the time I finish my cup, I've got enough content planned for the next 2 weeks. And here's the cool part, and this is where it gets really fun. Remember when you were a kid and had those connect the dot puzzles? That's basically what AI does for YouTube content. It connects all the dots for you. I just tell it what I'm passionate about, and it helps me find all the related topics people are actually searching for. But here's what nobody tells you about YouTube. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent and authentic. When I started this channel, my first video had exactly 7 views, and I'm pretty sure 5 of those were my wife. Let me share my real numbers with you. First month, 12 subscribers, mostly family and friends. Month 3, 85 subscribers, starting to see some traction. And then month 6, 250 subscribers. And currently, 700 subscribers, and growing steadily. And you know what? Every single one of those subscribers means the world to me, because it's not just about the numbers. It's about building a community of people who share your passion. Here's the thing about YouTube that nobody tells you. Those moments when you feel like giving up, that's usually right before your breakthrough. I remember hitting 100 subscribers and thinking, this is it, and I'm done. But then a video suddenly caught traction. And within a week, we doubled our subscriber count. The secret sauce isn't just the AI tools, though they are incredibly helpful for things like thumbnails, descriptions, and even helping write scripts like this one. The real magic happens when you combine AI efficiency with your unique personality and genuine desire to help others. These days, I can create an entire week's worth of content in about 4 to 5 hours, which leaves me plenty of time to actually engage with our amazing community. And yes, occasionally still mess up my smart home settings. Yesterday, I asked my AI assistant to help me write a script, and somehow my coffee maker started brewing at midnight. Last but definitely not least, let me tell you about Daisy, one of my favorite success stories. Picture this, a passionate knitter who spent years hearing, "You should teach this," but never thought she could because, in her words, I'm just a hobbyist who likes to make cozy things. And you know what's amazing? Daisy didn't even know how to turn on her laptop camera when she started. Seriously, she once called me in a panic because she thought she'd broken the internet trying to upload a video. But here's where it gets good. She discovered that AI could help turn her knitting expertise into an actual teaching system. Instead of getting overwhelmed with all the technical stuff, she just started sharing what she loved. She'd talk about knitting while AI helped organize her thoughts into actual lessons. The transformation was incredible. From struggling to record a simple video to creating an entire knitting empire. But here's what really matters. She didn't do it by becoming some polished, perfect instructor. She stayed exactly who she was. That warm, funny lady who occasionally gets her yarn tangled and laughs about it. Her first course launch total chaos. The audio was off in half the videos, and she accidentally included her cat's impromptu yarn stealing performance. But guess what? Her students loved it because it was real. They weren't just learning knitting, they were hanging out with someone who genuinely cared about their progress. That first messy launch still brought in $2,000. Now she's got this amazing community of over 2,000 knitters all supporting each other. By month 3, she was making $6,500 and she thought that was incredible. But then month 6 rolled around and she hit 12 grand. All while AI helps her manage everything from student questions to progress tracking. Want to know the really crazy part? She's now bringing in 20 grand a month, working just 25 hours weekly. But the best thing, the money isn't even what gets her excited anymore. It's the community she has built. The point isn't just about going from 0 to 5 figures monthly, though that's pretty incredible. It's about how she took something she loved, something that made her happy, and found a way to share it with the world. She still spends most of her time actually teaching and connecting with her students because that's what she loves. If there's one thing that Daisy's story teaches us, it's that you don't need to be perfect or tech savvy or even particularly organized. You just need to be authentically you. Share what you love and let AI handle the complicated stuff. The rest, it has a way of falling into place. Now, just when you think these results are too good to be true, let me show you exactly how to implement any of these systems faster than your kids can empty the fridge after school. All right, let's talk about getting started. And don't worry, if I can figure this out while still printing out my Google Maps directions just in case, you can definitely handle this. You know what's funny? When I first started, I thought I needed every fancy tool and subscription under the sun. Turns out, you really just need 3 things to get started. And they cost less than that fancy coffee drink you're probably sipping right now. First up is ChatGPT, totally free to start. Think of it as your personal business partner who never sleeps and doesn't steal the last donut from the break room. Then there's Claude, another free tool that's like having a research assistant who actually enjoys doing research. And finally, Canva. The free version is perfect for making things look pretty, even if you think graphic design means drawing stick figures. Now here's where I made a massive mistake that I want to save you from. You see that whiteboard over there? I once filled it with plans for 5 different side hustles, thinking I'd be the next multi-business mogul. Know what happened? I ended up with more unfinished projects than my garage has half-done DIY attempts. And believe me, that's saying something. Instead, here's what actually works. Pick one thing, just one. I know it's tempting to try everything. Trust me, I'm the king of shiny new project. But success loves focus more than it loves options. Let me share a little secret about time management that changed everything for me. Instead of trying to work on your side hustle whenever you can squeeze it in, which usually means never, we're gonna create what I call the even I can handle this schedule. Mondays are for planning, just 1 hour. Think of it as your coffee with AI time. You chat with your AI tools about what you want to create, and they help you map it out. And Wednesdays are your make it happen days. 2 hours where you actually create stuff. And Fridays, 1 hour to look at what worked and what didn't. The best part, your weekend stays sacred. That's family time, or in my case, time spent trying to figure out why my smart home keeps turning off the lights while I'm still in the room. Now, let me show you what this actually looks like in the real world. And I promise you, it's not one of those overnight success stories that makes you want to throw your phone across the room. You know what the first 2 weeks look like? They look like me trying to figure out how to unmute myself on Zoom calls. It's messy, it's confusing, and you'll make exactly $0. But that's okay. That's actually exactly where you should be. You're building your foundation, just like I did. Let me tell you about my 3rd week. I finally created my first piece of content, and my mom was my only viewer. But by week 4, I had my first $100 come in. And let me tell you, I celebrated that $100 like I had won the lottery. Because that $100, that proved this whole thing actually worked. By month 2, something magical starts happening. The systems you've built start doing their thing. Your content starts finding its audience. You hit your first $500, maybe even $1,000 if you're really cooking with gas. And yes, I literally was cooking with gas because I stress grilled my way through that entire month. Month 3 is where it gets really exciting. Your automation starts working for you. Your systems are humming along. And suddenly, you're looking at $1,000 to $3,000 coming in. That's when it hits you. This isn't just a side hustle anymore. This is a real business. Now let me save you from making the same mistakes I did. And trust me, I made enough mistakes to write a book called What Not to Do in Business. It would be a bestseller. First up is what I call squirrel syndrome. You know, when you're constantly chasing the next shiny object. I once bought 3 different courses in the same week because each one promised to be the secret sauce. Spoiler alert, the secret sauce is sticking to one thing for at least 90 days. Then there's the perfectionism trap. Oh boy, did I fall into this one. I spent 2 weeks trying to perfect my first YouTube thumbnail. 2 weeks. You know what I learned? Done is better than perfect every single time. Your first try will be messy, and that's exactly how it should be. And please, please don't make my biggest mistake, going all in too quickly. Keep your day job. Start with 5 to 10 hours a week. And this isn't a sprint. It's a marathon. Though unlike a real marathon, you can do this one from your couch. Look, if a guy who still has to ask his kids how to use the TV remote can build a successful online business, imagine what you could do. I put together something special for you, an AI side hustle starter kit that's completely free. And unlike those free trials that secretly charge your credit card, this is actually free. No tricks, no hidden fees, just pure value. Inside, you'll find everything you need to get started. Step-by-step guides that even I could follow, AI templates that do the heavy lifting for you, and even a calculator to track your progress. Think of it as your business in a box minus the confusing assembly instructions. Smash that subscribe button if you want more content like this. And yes, the dad jokes come free with every video. They're not optional, I'm afraid. It's part of my charm. At least that's what I keep telling my kids. By the way, check out one of these videos that YouTube thinks you'll like. Now, if you'll excuse me, my smart home is acting up again. The lights keep turning off while I'm in the room, but hey, at least I can afford the electricity bill now. Stay awesome, everyone, and remember, your first step doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be forward.